Turd throw. Shoey. Popeye's. News baby.
Caught my tongue in there.
If I blow mine too hard, it...
Oh, that's kind of quick.
blow it out.
Zach, you've been
sucking on this thing?
Yeah, it tastes like maybe like a birthday cake, like your thing.
3 years of sucking on it. Oh, we have a new echo.
That's weird. It's a lot louder.
I know. We'll figure it all out. Zach, you're a lot closer.
I love it.
I know you're right
Like
here. Now, without even pushing the talkback mic, go ahead and say something.
I love it.
See, he's right here now.
He's right across that wall.
3 years.
Holy shit.
Of Can You Don't podcast.
That's crazy.
What position did you play?
I played left host.
I played right host.
Okay, Zach?
I played dickhead.
Okay.
Cocksucker in the other room.
Yeah.
If you're not watching the video version, we brought back what we wore last year. I'm a seagull. Is this a seagull?
That's a seagull.
I look like a melted, like a snowman, like a melted snowman. I mean, I got these wings, but
Yeah. It
Who's
was
that?
It's Seagull for sure.
Okay.
Because that was a seagull in a rap song.
And your dog.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Okay. So we got these things on. Zach's over there.
I'm chilling.
So he's wearing clothes.
Kind of warm in these.
Warm in these free onesies.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit hot. But we got a new studio. We're all set up, and we're celebrating 3 years. I just want to make sure we know a lot of time has passed over these 3 years. But something that hasn't changed is I just recently shit my pants. Okay.
As
And
one does.
It's an ongoing theme. This one was one of the worst of all time. Because normally, like the best case scenario for when you accidentally, it was not like an emergency situation where I ate something and I knew it was coming. It was an accidental shart. And I was sitting down and we're getting everything moved into the new house and the new studio. And one of the things that we set up to entertain the kids was the electronic drum set. And Cassie was playing something, and I was like, "Oh no, I'll show you what's an easier way to get that, like how to separate your hands and feet, whatever." And to be funny, I was like, "Let me show you an easier way." And before I was going to sit down, I went to fart. And right in front of her, while staring at her, just shit my pants.
As you were grabbing the drumsticks from her?
I was like, "Take it. I'll take it from here." And what I did,
you tried enough.
You've done enough. And I just go and just pump it, just a nice splat, and just my the face.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I 100% just shit my pants."
While you're holding the drumsticks, you're like,
I was like, "You take these, and I'm gonna go do this."
You were doing great. Keep it up. I'm gonna go clean up a little bit.
Yeah, don't even acknowledge it. Like, you know what? Never mind. You got this.
You were doing fine.
What smells bad? Did you fart? Don't even worry about that.
Yeah. No, it just smells like you're playing.
What stinks is that you can't figure out how to play this.
A basic 4 on the floor beat.
A 4/7, and you're an idiot. I'll be back in a second when you're ready. As I walk upstairs to clean up my shit
and just
pants.
walk all cool away, knowing you have to go clean up poop in your pants.
I know.
I imagine that's quite the turn on.
Yeah. I actually think we still had sex.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at least you know it's clean at that point. Right? I mean, all day butthole. You don't want to just dive into an all day butthole. That's what my dad used to always say.
Wait, does Cassie lick your butt?
She has, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not like it's just something that has to happen. I feel like we've covered that before.
It's not just part of the routine.
Like, I'm fine with butt stuff, but it's like if you decide to take the butt stuff off the table, like I'm still in. I don't need it. It's just a silly, fun thing.
Do you shave back there?
What position did you play?
Well, I do. I think we talked about that.
You shave your crack?
I shave my crack, and it's not because of butthole licking. It's because there was a certain time in my life that I had a realization that all the hairs back there, all they're doing is just getting ground and shit.
Yeah.
Like every time you wipe, you're just rubbing these poor little hairs and poop.
I mean, they're probably there to stop chafing.
Yeah.
But so you're just eliminating any possibility of
chafing?
No, you're eliminating the possibility of them helping you to not chafe.
Yeah, but they also are just holding on to poop.
They do that.
Yeah.
They do that.
I do that. Oh, shit, baby.
Oh, fuck. I was
You guys informed me that there's a special moment that's happening right now.
Yeah.
What's happening?
There's a little
You just told me to write it in the notes.
It's been a long time coming.
Okay.
Really
But
has.
we've got something for you,
Okay.
and I think you're going to enjoy it. And it means a lot for Zach to bring that
What the
thing
fuck is
in
happening?
right now.
Oh, jeez. Got it. It didn't take me long to.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Oh my gosh.
It's a 7-string with 6 strings on it.
It's my goddamn
It's-
7th string.
it's
Write some new songs.
Joe's guitar that he's been
Oh my goodness.
pining over for the last how many years?
I don't know.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Is that
Guess it
flamenco?
would be nice. If I could touch your body,
If I could get my guitar back.
I know not anybody will have it again. Oh, Zach, you're never gonna borrow my shit again.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah, you can borrow it. You
Sick,
have my
dude.
microphones.
I do.
There might be
Well,
a
you weren't
couple.
using them.
Yeah, well, that's how Zach felt about this guitar,
Yeah.
and he's not wrong.
Joe moved from his old place and just had stuff around and they didn't use. So when I was helping him move the other day, I was like, we want to do this.
Yeah.
Thinking about letting this go.
I mean, you're doing a lot of stuff. I'm just not in that groove anymore.
Yeah.
I figured why not let you use some of the nice microphones.
yep.
Well, that's awesome. So I got the 7-string back for 3 years.
So that joke is now dead.
Oh yeah.
And it's still a 6-string. But there are some extra cat hairs that probably weren't.
Oh,
on it
nice,
before.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. And Zach can probably easily get back into this house and take it if he really, really wants to.
Now that I
Should
know
have told,
where it is.
Zach to keep his paws off of that thing with the cat hair.
Hello. All right, we have a massive show for you guys today. Before we get into that, we have some other super big news. Let's talk about Patreon, okay? We've been kind of spitballing for a while now on how to really spice up what's going on over in the gaggle, okay? Because we realized that we started it, we've had the same kind of perks, and it's been a lot of fun, but it's time to punch it up. So we came up with what we've decided to call a honkathon.
Whoa.
Yeah, but
I was a
longer.
little dizzy.
I mean, it's a honkathon. What you gave me was like a kid version of a marathon, where they still give you like a medal
Oh,
at the
yeah,
end,
yeah.
like a little kid run. But this is a full one. This isn't a honka half marathon. This is a honkathon.
This sounds like so many different things. It sounds like a big thing. It also sounds like a car dealership thing too.
Yeah,
it's the honkathon.
Toyotathon. So we got the honkathon. So here's what we're doing. We've set up multiple goals right there on our Patreon page, patreon.com/CandyDonePodcast. And when we reach them with our subscribers, we will do whatever it is that we have set for the number of paid subscribers. Okay? Because there's a difference between the people that are on the Candy Don't Patreon that are just showing up and checking it out, and the ones that are actually subscribed. So there's two different numbers, and so we're going with the paid subscribers. And these first round of goals are just to get the ball rolling for the honkathon, and we're sure that everything will get better. We'll mold it as we go, blah, blah, blah. So currently we sit at 325, okay? And here's what we're going to do. So at 400 Patreon subscribers for the honkathon, Brian and I will get a silly goose tattoo.
Maybe silly goose on the loose, maybe?
It'll whatever it is, it's going to involve geese.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Brian, you have tats.
Yeah.
Right now, you're a puppy dog, and we can't see the tattoos.
They're there, though.
Yeah. Oh, there they are. I don't have any.
Not one?
No,
Not a one.
not a single tattoo.
How the fuck did you get through life like that?
Especially being in the metal band world, and just no tattoos, whatever. So the fact that the very first tattoo that I ever get is going to be a silly goose tattoo is fucking ridiculous. So that's 400. At 425, we're going to make Brian go get his eyes tested.
Probably been a long time coming anyway.
Okay?
Worth it
Yeah.
for that.
So there's that. And there's two different ways to look at it. Like, one, your eyes, you've been in denial, and your eyes are actually bad, and it's going to help you read, which I feel like is better for everybody. Or they go and they say your eyes are they're fine, and you're just a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I think that the latter is most likely.
No.
Because I feel like my vision's pretty good.
That sounds exactly like you being in denial. At 4:50, Brian and I are going to go on a hot air balloon ride together.
Yeah.
I know that I've already risked my life once, but I will do it again with Brian with Y, way up in the sky.
This is something I said I've accepted that I will never do. And
so 4:50, we will travel. Again, all of these things are going to be documented. Like, you'll be rewarded for helping us to better this show and allow us to invest more of our lives in this show. At 4:75, Zach gets a camera. Okay? We know it's a very high request. We want to see Zach when he talks. Okay? But things cost money. Also, Zach having to worry about pushing a button when he has something to say that's like longer and switch over to the camera requires additional training. Okay? There's a lot.
Hours of training.
There's a lot going on here. So, Zach, you're getting a camera at 475. At 500 Patreon subscribers on our Patreon, there's going to be an additional Patreon-only bonus episode that's released every single month. So that's more of exactly what you love, and it's going to be exclusively available to the Gaggle. And the reason why that's at 500 is because in order for us to cut back on other things that we have to do to make money and to make a living, we have to have enough Patreon subscribers that will substitute us putting time aside to not do those and do these, because we truly do love doing what we're doing, but you can't just only do this if you can't afford to only do this.
That's weird.
You
can't do that?
That is capitalism, baby. And so we have to be
Thanks,
sure.
Obama.
So again, the 400 through 500, this is just the start. As we move forward, I'm sure we'll get the Gaggle involved. You guys will decide what we do for these different 25 subscriber increments of what you guys want to see, what you guys want us to do. But this is a great way to grow the show. And we figured what better time to announce the honkathon than on the 3-year anniversary of the show.
That was a terrible one.
I thought it was pretty good.
I like that one.
So again, head on over to patreon.com/CanYouKnowPodcast. There's also a link in the episode description per always.
The honk is on this November.
It's on. Come here, hawk with us. Performing live, Zach Flattery.
Maybe like a high number.
A high number, get Zach to go perform at an RV show. We contact RRRV
and
get Zach to go play out there, and we just stand front row.
Yeah, just us two in front of him,
wearing the dog costume and a fucking whatever.
That would double my normal audience. So that's good.
Nice. Okay, so reminder, if you want to see something on the show, send that shit in. The email address is heyguys@canyouKnowPodcast.com. Plenty of new merch. It's a great way to support us. Head over to canyouKnowPodcast.com. So on the show today, we are doing, like we have done in the past, a little bit of every different segment that we do. So it'll be a little beefier episode as we celebrate a new studio.
Where's the beef?
And again, 3 years.
What position did you play?
Let's get the show going. Zach!
Yeah, dude.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
Okay.
I bet you do major squeal on that fucking Schecter, dude.
So this is tying back into one of our Patreon honkathon tiers. And this is a combo sent in from our sons Chris and Bradford. They write, would you rather have to wear high heel shoes 24/7 every day for a year? Or
you'd feel sexy.
Or have to listen to Brian with a Y read War and Peace?
All right. Just slam on Brian Day.
Slam on me day, huh?
I'm just the dog. I'm in the doghouse, apparently.
No, just your reading skills.
I am wearing a dog costume.
So that makes sense. You belong in a dog house. Okay.
Sniffing up the wrong tree.
I think that was fun. Like just the first comment that you made about feeling sexy.
Oh, yeah?
Like 24/7 for a year. How long wearing some high-heeled shoes, would you be over the fact that you feel sexy?
Well, I think in the beginning it would be complicated, and then you would like, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to get sexy with it.
What's the complicated part?
Learning how to walk in
Putting
high
them
heels. Yeah, learning how to. You ever seen some of those high heels that some of those girls
buckles.
wear? It's almost like.
And I think that's important for us to establish as men. Like, there's a high heel shoe that's kind of like the iconic shape, right? Like the red stripper high heel shoe, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what we're wearing? Because I know there's different versions. There's different inches that you can wear.
Like it's got to be. Is it a stiletto? Is that what they're called?
That's nice. Good word.
See, stiletto. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Jared Stiletto
Have
from
you
30
ever
Seconds to
worn-
Mars.
Okay, see, this is what I'm thinking. It's got to be like.
Zach's got a good one.
Like
Have you ever worn one before?
No.
Never? Either of you?
Maybe for funsies, but you just put them in, but like not more than 30 seconds just trying to be funny.
When I was in high school, a gal dressed me up like a girl for our French class, and I had to walk around in heels for. And I have size 16 shoes. I don't know how the hell they found those. Actually, I think they were like 14, but I don't know what size that is for females. It didn't feel
28.
It was weird.
good. It was awful, but it
Not
was
fun.
It was fun to try.
Yeah, it's always fun to try.
See, what I find funny is there's this picture right here, the classic kind of like sexy stiletto.
Yeah, so that's what I picture. I mean, those ones look like carbon fiber. It's a little too fast for
but
me.
look how straight her feet go down. That looks really uncomfortable.
Why do you have carbon fiber stilettos?
I don't know.
Just so fast.
It's more of the shape that I'm thinking
on
of.
the back of it, it has a little spoiler, a little fin on the back to make sure you don't go too
Dude,
fast.
you can't lift off the ground.
You can't start flying.
This is also, I think would be funny.
Dude, fuck this. I look ridiculous.
Okay, so a woman's leg, like a sexy woman's leg wearing these shoes.
Okay, show me again. I was focused on my single horn.
It's like iconically sexy, you know, like the shape of a nice leg in those shoes. But and then there's this kind of shoe too, where it's kind of like open foot, completely open toed.
Yeah, a little naked.
But just picture like your legs, or like picture Zach's legs with his giant feet in those shoes.
Little ribbon bow on the top, over some hairy toes. I just want to eat you up.
I picture what's his name? Jenner, like Caitlyn Jenner. Is what does Caitlyn Jenner look like in high heels?
Can't wait. I didn't expect to come today, but
Yeah,
here we are. I also
See.
didn't expect to get my guitar back, so here we are.
I don't know what to expect today.
Yeah, things are going to get off the rails.
I just pictured those giant fucking man feet inside of.
I know, but Zach has like extra man feet.
Like, look at those fucking feet, dude.
That's what it kind of was when I wore them. It's a little like that.
Okay, so a little lower. Oh, those could be stabbed into the ground.
They're
I don't
stabbed.
know.
They're
Yeah.
stabbed.
Oh, geez. Okay, but it says 24/7. So this is, again, with the bedtime, no sports, no exercise. You're not going for a little jog.
Running on the treadmill in a
Yeah.
gym with those on.
Outside playing catch with your son in fucking stilettos.
I'm picturing going to like my kids' baseball practice.
You're at third base.
Coaching third base. All right,
Come on.
bring them around.
You can do better than
All
that.
right, 2 on the pond, couple ducks on the pond for you.
Come on, knock them
And
in.
then like scratching your leg, got your heel.
Wobbling a little bit.
Redefining the hot corner.
Yeah.
Oh, hey-o. No, you do that. Yeah, you're like, all right, couple ducks in the pond.
And your ankle
That little
rolls a little bit.
ankle roll.
Hard to take. I'm picturing like the iconic halftime talks from coaches.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any off the top of my head, but like whatever. Like a Bears locker room is where I'm going,
Right.
Or like Fighting Irish. And the coach
for the Gipper.
we won for his ankle rolls a little bit, standing up in front of the football
Yeah,
team.
win-win for the Gipper is the top.
Oh my God. So ridiculous. But then waking up again, middle of the night, going to the bathroom, like just tiny little things that you have to always, I mean, going to the grocery store, you got to get over the embarrassment, which I'm sure you would if you're hungry enough. You're
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm fucking getting this sushi from Safeway.
Or chicken strips from the deli.
Dude, I am doing, I'm not going to just do like fast food. You got some tasks.
That's
are
what
gonna be
DoorDash is for, dude.
But then the other part of it is listening
Could
to
you
you fucking
imagine
read.
you DoorDashing with high heels?
Enjoy your meal.
You got to get out real quick and run someone over their McDonald's up the driveway.
Roll your ankle. Ow, ow. They're watching on the fucking Ring doorbell.
Rolling up with your DoorDash.
The most confusing part is you're just wearing like a fucking Mariners cap and a Mariners tee with a fucking hoodie and just normal shorts and then high heels. He's like, what the fuck is this guy?
But you have to make your route, so you got to get there on time. You can't be late.
Taking a picture, like naturally you'd be like, like you kind of like do a little squat.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
You have to make it a little bit sexy.
Yeah, the shoes. You're not going to fuck with the balance of the shoes. They open the door before you get there, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Sorry, just dropping this off. Like your voice. Hey, are you watching the M's game in there? They're looking at your shoes. Like, what the fuck are you? Like, what is happening?
Would you naturally kind of act a little more feminine?
I feel like the little steps in the balance probably kind of makes you go that way.
I think if I was
I
doing
picture
it,
myself doing that,
I
but
just have to lean into it
Yeah.
and play the whole thing out.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Because just
So I mean, a huge inconvenience, but also listening to you fucking read sucks.
yeah.
Like, especially War and Peace. So I've provided a link in here that I was hoping that you would click on and see if you can give it a go.
Oh boy. Well, the text is kind of small. Zoom in here.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Here we go.
okay. Oh, let me find.
It just starts
something
with
nice in
well,
here.
Prince.
What's
Is that
that?
how it starts?
Yeah.
Well, Prince, so Genoa and Luca are now just family estates of the Buonapartes. Mm-hmm. Buonapartes.
Okay.
But I warn you, if you don't tell me that this means war, if you still try to defend the infamies and horrors perpetrated by the Antichrist, I really believe he is an Antichrist.
Can you imagine this
the
right
fuck
now
is
of
this
you
book?
reading as being something you have to listen to for how long? Like, is it okay? So, and I did a little research and I was like looking into how fast or how long it takes you to read this book. If you really put in the time every day of reading it, like, and you're a phenomenal reader, it's like a month and a half.
How really?
But you're you, and I'm looking at if this was just your job and I had to listen to you do this, I'm guessing maybe 4 months of this.
Of this, like,
and
fuck.
I'm not sure if that I would ever recover.
All the little mistakes and like fuck and where was I reading?
Yeah,
All
where
that
was I?
Imagine any audiobook
Being
where
like-
someone's like, this means war. If you still try to defend the still okay.
Where was
try to defend?
Okay, now I want you to skip to another paragraph, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of this.
First of all, dear friend, tell me how you are. Set your friend's mind at rest, said he without altering his tone beneath the politeness and affected sympathy of which indifference and even irony could be discerned. Can one be well while suffering morally? Can one be calm in times like these if one has any feeling? Said Anna. This is torture for myself. I wouldn't want to listen to this.
No,
Who wrote this book?
Mr. Warren Peace, Warren G. Nice. So I mean, just based off that sample, I'm going with wear high heels 24/7 every day for a year.
Fuck.
I mean, I love you. You know that
Yeah.
to death. But
I mean, I
not
would
that
pick
much.
high heels. I wouldn't want to listen to that. I mean,
You'd pick high heels just because you don't want to read.
I'm self-aware. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm self-aware.
Well, you know what's funny? I always get myself into weird predicaments. So I was getting coffee the other day, and this gal was chatting up like the coffee girls do, and she said something about reading, and I was like, well, I know I said something.
Never heard of
I was
it.
like, I was like, I didn't read. I was like, I can read. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm like, I can. But it was just
you have to say that.
I know, but it was like I said it out loud. I was like, no, I was like, I don't really like reading. I can read. I'm like trying to like explain myself.
In the most like unimportant, minuscule situations, when you have to be like, I mean, I can
read if I wanted to.
That means
yeah,
you got to work on it.
I just don't care to read.
Listen, and as we celebrate the 3-year, and I brought this up to you because you were helping me set up the studio, and I laugh about it all the time. One of my favorite things that you said in the last year of the podcast is you were going on a little bit of a rant, and you kind of paused and did that number. You went, and you came back with, art is art, and I don't know what to do about it. That's one of the funniest things I've ever fucking heard in my life. Listen, art is art, and I don't know what to do about it.
I don't. I really don't.
Art,
True.
art is art, and I don't know what to do about
That
it.
holds true, man.
Yeah.
There's no,
All these months later,
yeah.
still the same as it was when I said it.
No
Art
truer
is-
words have ever been spoken.
Yeah, art is art, and I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, I'm taking the high heels just because I think I'd be fun. I mean, it's in the beginning, it'd be like, God, this is weird, and then I would learn how to walk.
Whoa, these heels are long.
Yeah, to be like extra long, but you'd be taller. You'd feel sexy.
Give your butt and like your legs are a little tighter.
Yeah, the little butt lift because you just got to work harder to walk.
Because you have to, because it's flexing.
I mean, imagine basically walking on your toes everywhere.
Nope. I mean, I don't want to. But I also don't want to listen to you read War and Peace. So
that's the option.
here we are. Zach, what are you picking?
Oh, I'm definitely picking the stilettos.
Okay. Brian, we
Clean
love-
sweep.
All right, Zach, next thing. Let's go.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
What a terrible book.
Have you read it?
No,
But you've read enough?
I read enough.
I've had enough.
I was reading Genesis before we started,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure which one's worse.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is, this has been going on for a bit now, but anybody out there who is in a life where you have kids.
I'm in a life. You in a life, Zach?
I think so.
What position did you play?
Life.
Is in a situation in your life where you've been married or not, and you've had kids with somebody, and then that fucking falls
You
apart.
had sexual relationships.
Yeah, and you had sex, and then a baby was made, and you had a baby, and you guys took care of it, or whatever the situation is. But you're no longer together, but you guys still made this baby together. So then you move on with your life, but the baby still exists. So I guess we're gonna take care of this. In a lot of situations, both people that are involved in making the baby still like help take care of the baby. It's not every situation, but a lot of times that does happen. Yeah. So the situation I'm in, when I have 2 kids and Cassie has a kid, and then other parent wants to be is heavily involved. Now you're in a situation where everybody sees each other a bunch because you're all taking care of the kids. Okay?
So you're porking my ex-wife, huh?
Yeah, you hear me. I got there first, you fucking bitch.
You're giving it to her good, huh?
You couldn't fuck it first, huh, bitch?
Yeah.
Plugging holes, huh?
I set the bar.
Yeah, I set the bar, now you're a bitch. You little bitch bar.
Little bitch bar.
Little bitch bar fucking holes, huh? All right. See you next week.
All right, I gotta run to Safeway.
Anyway, you couldn't stop off in your stilettos?
When you're carrying your
I'm
groceries.
not a bitch.
Who you calling bitch?
We call him bitch.
The
You
guy
skip
in the
up-
fucking
as you madly
6-inch
stomp up
heels.
the staircase.
I'm gonna go watch the kids' concert now.
Well, your ankle rolls a little bit. All right. So, and it's a great relationship. It's fine. I love him. I love him to death. So Cassie's ex, his name is Brad. And I mean, we get along great. We have since the very beginning. But just being, and I have no other way of explaining this by just saying, have you met me? Right? Like, there's no reason for me to do what I'm about to tell everyone I've just recently started doing, besides, have you met me?
Yep.
Okay? It's just the way that I interact. Comedy is my language, and I just love to see what I can do, especially in particular situations where, like, usually it could be a little awkward, and I'm like, how can I make this worse?
See somebody squirm a little bit. Yeah.
How can I make this worse?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So I've recently started doing that. It's probably been a couple months of this, and there's probably been 5 or 6 different instances of this particular situation. And because of our different personalities, I'm not going to go into that too much. But what I'm doing is extra funny to me. So this happened probably 3 months ago. We were doing like a kid exchange, like we were dropping off bags, and we had like a little conversation. We were talking, and then as Brad was walking away, for no reason. And I couldn't stop it even if I wanted to.
You're like, oh shit.
I was like, this is going to be great. And I just said, all right, I love you. And he looks at me and he just goes, and walks off. And I was like, okay. Afterwards, I was like, that was maybe like, it's clear that we don't have the same brand of comedy. We're not the same person. And it doesn't make sense to do that. And it makes it even worse that the first time I did it, it was just him and I.
There's not even an audience.
Nobody
there for
else.
It. Yeah.
No kids were around, and I just said I love you. And then it moved on, and blah blah blah. And then the next time it happened, it was like I think it was a softball game or a volleyball game. I can't remember. There's a good old talk, and there was like a funny exchange. And I did the same thing. I was like, "Oh, you guys drive safe. I love you." And he did same thing. And then recently, just skipping ahead a few of the fucking love you, because the love is not reciprocated.
It's not a two-way street.
It's not, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
Because like, if he has ever had the fleeting thought of if any fear or insecurity has crept into his brain, where he's like, I hope Joe's not there because he's going to say he loves me, then I've won. Like, I'm winning the game.
If he's thinking about it at all.
Because I don't actually love him.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect him. And I'm here for you. We'll support each other. But I don't love you.
Yeah.
Okay. So joke's on him if he's actually scared about it. The one that really ramped it up is we were going to an orthodontist appointment. And he showed up. And I didn't know he was coming. And there's reason I didn't. I'll get there in a second. And he walked up. And I was like, oh. I was like, oh, man. I was like, now they're going to think that we're partners. I was like, they're going to think this is like a weird polygamy thing. And he goes, and then he hands the bags and puts them in the car. It turns out he was just dropping off Paige's bags, not actually coming to the appointment. And he's walking away. I go, I love you.
You guys in a spout?
And it just gets better and better. And then recently he did the same thing. And now I shouted it. I can't stop. From the staircase of the new house, like, I'm a couple steps up and he's getting in his truck and I go, Brad, I was like, thank you, love you. And he goes, and he just gets in his truck and I don't know when to shut it off because the idea that you had a baby with this woman and now you have this goofy ass motherfucker that's now in it helping raise your child who won't stop saying he loves you. How do I stop?
You don't.
And then if he sees me right now wearing a seagull costume, like it's just
love you, Brad.
Love you, baby.
Yeah, you want to look deep in the camera?
Yeah.
Say some words to him.
I love you. I mean, it's always flippant. It's friendly. It's like I'm pinning him down and being like, listen, don't tell anybody. I love you.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm a little scared that's where it's going.
I want...
Like, how awkward do I make it? You're right. This hood is fucking hot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take my... Off. I'm getting sweaty.
I had to... I think the next creepy step is... Because right now it's happening as you guys are walking away. It's kind of like, see ya, love you. It's kind of like in passing. But it's got to be like when he comes in and like hands you the bag and be like, thanks. And then you're...
Grab his hand a little tight?
Yeah, and look into his eyes. I love you. He's like, no.
say it back.
I love you.
I've said it over. And we get in a fight.
Yeah. I've said it 7 or 8 times.
I'm not ready to say it. Why not? It's been 3 fucking years, Brad. But I'm just not ready.
How many people has he told? He's like, yeah, this dude Joe that's with my ex-wife. He tells me he loves me every time he leaves.
There's no way he would tell anybody. Like, it's just that's the personality.
That's the personality.
There's no way.
He wouldn't want anybody to know that
I love him.
Yeah.
That we're lovers.
He must be homophobic.
He's not. That's not what I'm saying. No. He just doesn't want to get involved.
Right.
But anyway, does anybody else do this? Is there a support group for this? Telling your girlfriend's ex-husband that you love him just because you know it makes him uncomfortable? Is there a support group? Is there a 1-800 number I could call? Because I don't know where to go. I can't just stop doing it.
You could, but
nope.
Where's the fun in that?
You're not me.
Because what if you go, you're talking to him and then you say, "See you, Brad," and you don't say it, he's gonna be like, "Wonder why I didn't say I love you." Maybe that's the next step.
Is it me?
Yeah, maybe that's the next step, is to see if he's like, if he's waiting for it. Almost.
I already don't say it every time.
Oh, you gotta do it every time.
No. I mean, no.
Well, maybe that's even weirder because it's like, he really does.
And that's why he won't say it back. I'm not consistent enough.
Yeah,
it's too peppered in.
Yeah, you got to be consistent, Joe. You can't love me. You can't love me some weeks.
Yeah, you can't love me sometimes. You gotta love me all the time.
You only love me when I'm bringing bags.
Right. If you don't love me at my best or my worst, or
you don't love me when I'm bringing bags, you don't deserve to love me at an orthodontist appointment. Oh, come on! Don't say that. It's fucking with me, Joe. That's it. Just wanted to share that.
I think that's hilarious.
It's great, and I wish you guys could see it. Like, you get the perfect reaction. Like,
film it next time.
It's even worse.
All right, I'll see you later. Love you.
Love you, Brett. He turns and I'm filming and walk away. I'm not above it. Yeah, it's just that perfect little side eye.
Yeah,
like acknowledging lean.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good. And I don't know. I might be addicted. That's okay.
I think if you're gonna be addicted, you gotta do it every time.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Yeah, well, give it some thought.
It's not ready.
Ready for that kind of commitment.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm ready to go that hard in, but we'll see. All right, you guys want to move on to some dick?
Yeah, brother.
All right, dick stuff.
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's dick.
Brian. That's you, buddy.
Oh, my cue.
Both you and I have worked in like the news industry.
Okay? Radio and TV broadcasting.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I played radio. You played
TV. And I played one on TV.
Real grandson. So we know how this particular situation played out, but that's not the point of what I'm getting at. It's the point of what they didn't show and the dedication of this news anchor in this world, in the news world, because they pretend like it's so goddamn important, right? And because they can fire you at any moment. And news anchors come in and out, like they swap them all the goddamn time. It's very unusual.
I don't understand what you're talking about, Joe.
In the TV world, I mean, what would you say? Is it like, would you say 3 years is about normal before they skip the fuck out of Spokane?
Probably. Go into a bigger market.
Mm-hmm. What position did you play?
And this lady, her dedication to the craft is what I wanted to pay attention to here.
Okay.
So, pregnant news anchor stays on air during labor.
Oh, boy.
And says, if I disappear, that's what's going on. If I disappear,
that's what's going on.
Because, you know.
Yeah.
Women.
If I go disappear, that's what's going on.
Yeah. We've been down here for 3 weeks, Deborah.
What have you been doing? I've been in labor.
How do you talk normally? I don't know. I just talk up here because that's what all the other news anchors do.
As you can see behind me.
Behind me. And then the male ones are like, as you can see behind her.
Yeah, I can see behind her.
I can see behind her. You can see behind me.
And the sports guy's like, yeah, I see behind you too.
Speaking of behind her, Mariners baseball.
Yeah, we got a high pressure situation coming into my dick area, Jen.
So we're going to Albany, New York. Local news.
That's the capital.
Yeah. Olivia Janqueef
Queef
went ahead with a 3-hour morning newscast even after her labor contractions began and her water broke.
That's the sound of rainfall.
Keeping viewers updated about the coming birth of her first baby.
Okay. There are levels to like narcissism and just pure.
Okay.
Like, look at me.
Self-importance.
Okay.
Like, just go.
But
just go.
I know, but that's one side of it, right? Like, you could do that. Other side is this industry is so fucking cutthroat.
I get it.
That if you take off the middle of it, you might never have a job again.
That's it.
Okay.
Now Deborah's the
So
one.
if you stick it out, then the news station's going to get negative ratings for not bringing back the live baby morning show birth lady. Right? So you stick it out, you hang out, you give updates, then you probably get a job when you come back.
Oh God, yeah, that was great weekend for sport. Oh God.
Here's a great co-anchor line. We do have some breaking news this morning. Literally.
Her water because of breaking water.
Olivia's water has broke, and she is anchoring the news now in active labor. Early labor, replied Olivia. She kept doing it, recording on Facebook Live. I'm happy to be here, and I'll stay on the desk as long as I possibly can. But if I disappear, that's what's going on. Okay. So all of this, there's a couple, you guys have both, we've all, pointed out the two different sides. Attention seeking, right? But when it comes to labor, I feel like you don't want fucking cameras on you. Do you know anyone giving birth in the hospital that's like, just make sure you document what's going on and the things I say and what's happening, because I will never regret anything that's going on.
I think now, yes, with the TikTok era and how everyone wants everything blogged or vlogged,
Okay,
I absolutely think that's
fair. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Call me old school.
This might not even be the first time this has ever happened.
Oh, I bet you it's not.
I bet you could even, the news director could have been like, if we had her go into labor, this would be a big news story. We'd be the first on the scene.
But then I picture like, watching a live birth. And all the things that go with that.
In the middle of weather.
There is a lot going on. Mm-hmm. But picture, let's just go to the farthest extreme we can. Olivia, legs up on the news desk, reading some really devastating, like mass school shooting news, crowning. Mm-hmm. And you can watch it. And there's a little thumbnail in the corner of kids crying. And then
running with their hands up.
Their hands up, the FBI, and like it's a whole gunfight. But in the bottom right, there's a head with a little bit of hair pushing through a vagina. Which one are you going to watch?
I mean, if you've never seen a vagina before, you're probably tuning into that.
I don't.
It's not.
That's a tough sell.
I mean,
it's not the vagina you're used to.
When you're 13, you're like, when you're 13 and you're like, you're at the library and you're looking at the National Geographic book. It's like, they're tits.
No, okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like, you just want to see something naked.
Right. But like, I think about you people at their worst part of their life. Mm-hmm. If you just meet them there. Then that's not a good way to do it.
So you're telling me you've never watched.
No, I'm talking about vaginas.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you've never watched like a movie where the let's say the girl's getting like, it's like sexually assaulted and it's like violent scene, but you're like, whoa, is that a nip?
No.
What position did you play?
Is there anything else you want to?
No, I'm just posing a question.
Is there anything else?
You're telling me you're 13 years old and you're like, oh my God, was that a nip? I mean,
What position did you play?
I guess I'm the only one.
No.
I guess,
You're right.
I guess
I'm just hanging you out to dry.
There were like a bunch of Chuck Norris movies that were like that, and I was like 8 when my mom was watching those. I'm like, this is violent, but that was a boob, and I've never seen that before.
You're just excited to see a boob.
Absolutely, just fucking with you. I just saw the opportunity to hang you out there,
That was forever.
and I took it, baby.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a titty flopping around.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't care what's going on.
That's right. That's all I'm saying,
The
man.
director knew what he was doing.
It's the apocalypse, but there's a fucking titty. It's like, okay, I saw it, and that was nice.
You guys saw that, right?
You guys saw that,
You
right?
guys saw
Yeah,
it, right?
it was a nuclear bomb. It was a fucking titty. Yeah, but there's all this shit going on, and she's just trying her best, like in between contractions, to deliver the news. And you're just sitting there on your couch in the morning
With your coffee, folding laundry.
coffee, folding laundry, like, I mean, just eating some fucking cereal and just like watching this chick. She's like, well, Russia!
Should have got that fucking shot.
Yeah. Is it too late for the epidural? And you're just like, like she's really doing
Kids
that.
running into the arms of their police officers.
Oh, yeah.
And the others, don't forget that.
Don't forget that.
That's all happening in the other.
Yeah, and you're watching
Picture
this
in
and you're like, okay, hey, Ralphie, grab your shoes. And you're just watching some chick with her legs up on a news desk pushing a baby out. And then the baby comes
And the
out.
sports guy's like, oh, he's they cut to him, he's got a catcher's mitt.
He's punching it. And then he walks into frame laughing and catches.
And then the weather guy comes over with an umbrella. Oh, I hear water breaking over here. He's got like a slicker on.
He comes over being funny with an umbrella, slips on the water on the floor. Fucking flatbacks himself. As the sports guy's catching a baby with a catcher's mitt. And we're back at 5.
They're getting the local Emmy for sure.
Oh my God.
And then he just cuts the commercial, and it's just a commercial for an RV show Zach's playing.
I mean, it's so funny because it's one thing to just watch the news, but when you've worked at local news too and you're just around every day,
And
it's
you
like,
know the stress too. Like, it's wild. Yeah.
It's crazy. But the idea, it's always the fucking sports guy coming in with a little comic relief. Like one of my really good friends was the sports guy. And he just like, that was him. They'd scoot him in and he'd be like, all right, what do we got? He's like, he'd come in with some joke or whatever,
Which
you know?
sports guy?
Huh?
Who was it?
Can't say his name.
Was he on public TV?
Keith.
Yes!
Yeah.
Fucking that's the guy.
Yeah.
Why can't you say his name?
I don't know.
His job was literally on a publicly broadcast national television show. And you're trying to give him anonymity.
Yeah.
I can't say his name. How is his job? Yeah, I love Keith.
But I could picture him with the catcher's mitt.
Yep. Sure could. Where'd Keith go? Bigger, better things?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that whole situation. You read the next news story, and then we'll move off to our next segment. But I guess know how much you love airplanes. So I want to talk more about this shit, because I know it's going to fucking piss you off.
Oh, damn it. Oh, shit. All right. Low-cost airlines to launch standing-only seats in 2026. Because we don't have enough seats already on their fucking airplane.
Oh, my God.
We got to squeeze a couple more rows in.
Standing only? Like a fucking cargo plane?
Yeah. You know, it's like the fucking, the carnival ride.
The roundup.
Yeah, you fucking.
And the super roundup.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that. It's bigger.
It is bigger. And it
How much
leans
bigger?
further.
A little bigger.
little bit.
Just a little bit bigger. Does it make it super? I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. You be the judge. I don't know what you like. If you ever grumbled about sky hair,
What position did you play?
Fuck.
Sky hair? The fuck is a sky hair?
So anyway, just a reminder, at 4:25, we're going to give Brian an eye exam.
That's what I was thinking.
You know what it is? Here's what I think it is. Here's what I think it is.
I don't think it's...
I do a terrible job of getting this microphone out of my vision, and I think I'm seeing double vision with the cords. That's what's doing it.
That's probably it.
If you've ever grumbled about...
How does every other radio show read?
Sky high airfares. Get ready for a whole new level of frugality, plus a bit of legwork.
Oh,
no, nice pun.
Nice work. Get it?
According to Daily Mail, a handful of Europe's low-cost airlines plan from 2026 to swap out some economy seats for Skyrider 2.0. A half-standing saddle-style perch that promises rock-bottom ticket prices. Sounds bonkers. You're not alone.
Dude! Okay, two things.
Those, like, walking in the airplane, looking over, and you see some people.
There's fucking 10 people on a roller coaster, and everyone else is on an airplane. So fucking stupid. It fucking kills me. just standing there.
You can't reach under
the above harness. I'd offer you something to drink, but you
can't drink it. You can't reach it.
Put your shoes in a cubby. Oh my god!
So you have to remove your hat.
There's that part of walking into an airport or an airplane where everyone's sitting down, you're looking for, and there's just people standing up, strapped into a chair. And then the name Skyrider 2.0 implies there's a 1.0.
I'm just gonna do a quick Google search.
They're like, this isn't gonna work. Either this.
This one needs a harness.
like what was Skyrider 2.0? It was like literally just like a vertical ironing board, and they're like, no, even this is fucking too uncomfortable.
The weight will just push you back. That's probably what they thought.
You slide up like the gravitron. And take off. Hit your head on the overhead compartments.
When you level out to 30,000 feet or whatever, it slides
back down, and they give you water. And some pretzels before you go back up. Every time there's turbulence, you're like... They're like, this is ridiculous. All right, we need 2.0.
We need a 2.0. One that doesn't slide.
We need a saddle in the middle. Just to make sure we squish their junk while they fucking stand on the airplane.
They're going to have to do a little legwork, but I think they're going to be okay with it.
Dude, and it says dirt prices, like, bitch, pay me to get on this airplane. I'm not paying shit to stand on a fucking airplane. Did you find anything for Skyrider 2.0?
No.
Or they just advanced numbers to make it look more...
It was 1.0. But it was...
yeah.
Nothing worthwhile.
Nothing worth flying home about?
So, do you want to know... let's see.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to talk about here?
What does it look like?
So imagine balancing on a padded bicycle saddle, only this one is strapped to the cabin floor and ceiling, and you're cruising at 35,000 feet. That's pretty much the gist of Skyrider 2.0, dreamed up by Italian outfit Avoint.
Who hates poor people?
Avionteriors?
Yeah.
Avionteriors. Back in 2018. Here's the lowdown. Okay, so lean, not lounge. You'll rest about 45-degree angle, weight on your legs and core muscles. Think of it as a mini workout. That's one thing I want to do when I fly across the country is work out. Feather light build. Each perch is roughly half the weight of a regular seat, cutting down on fuel burn. Belted in? Yes. There's a seat belt. No free falling mid turbulence. So that was the 1.0. That was
Gotcha.
By shaving off bulk and tightened up space between rows, airlines reckon they can cram in up to 20% more passengers on hops lasting 2 hours or less.
Okay, so just for short
more
flights,
money, man.
Just someone screaming like an international flight.
14 hours.
My fucking legs! Shh, you did this to yourself!
They're just yelling at each other.
God. Such a disaster.
Legs going numb.
Does this thing recline? No!
Skypoint 1.0 did. Slightly.
Stand up!
Let's see.
What?
What's in it for them? Ultra low fares. Rumors suggest you could grab a one-way ticket for as little as 1 to 5 pounds.
Okay. So it is low.
Real low.
Oh my God. Just picturing, again, because you know airplanes. It's this picture like a 737. And they're like, we can get some poor motherfuckers to stand up in the back on some bicycle-seated ironing boards. So let's slide all the seats a little bit forward, and then you're in the last actual seat, and you just have someone standing over the top of you.
You look over your shoulder, and they're right.
This guy's crying.
They're right there.
He's just standing there being like, please let me sit.
Those pencils look good.
This is a bad idea.
Imagine like him, but let's say he's in a good mood. He's just kind of sitting there.
Hey, top of the day, dude. What are you reading?
You're like, yeah. He's like asking you questions about your book or your snacks or whatever. Just having someone staring over your shoulder.
And they look back and they just have a fucking harness. Just staring at you in a business suit. You shouldn't have texted that. Oh yeah, how's business going? Well, I'm standing up behind you. Not great.
Sweaty as fuck watching a movie.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, reacting to the movie behind you.
No.
You look over your shoulder and he's just a business suit guy shaking. He's trembling and sweating.
I would be. Fuck.
Please don't turn it off. It's all I've got.
I want my $5 back.
How much longer on the flight? Sorry to bother you. You turn around. He's fucking shaking and sweating. Can you click on the in-flight navigation and see how much longer the flight is?
Can you turn on your hair
and point it back here?
Put your hair back here.
Sorry to be a bother, but it doesn't look like you're using the air conditioning. Can you push a little nozzle back here? We didn't get any. Because we paid 4 cents.
No drink, no snacks, none of that stuff.
Good stuff. All right. Anyway,
I love the deal, but I'll pass on the leg day for 40,000 feet. Someone said.
Okay.
3 pounds to Paris. Tempting. If only I could recline.
Yeah, then buy a chair.
Yeah, but buy a normal seat.
Then buy a normal plane ticket.
Pros and cons. Laid bare. What does that mean?
There's no pros.
Pros. Cheapest flights in Yonks. Perfect for quick city hop. Bragging rights. I stood on a plane.
Yeah.
Cons. No lying back. Limited snoozing. Might feel like cattle herding if you're tall.
Cons. Everything.
Yeah.
Cons.
The entire
the
flight.
whole idea.
Anyway,
that's wonderful.
There's
All
more,
right.
but that's all we need to talk about.
Well, let's move off to confessions.
Okay.
Because we're doing a little bit of everything today. Zach, you ready for it? Yeah. Let's hit it, baby!
Confessions. Oh, sorry. Confessions.
Whew. Man, all that laughing made me a sweaty seagull over here.
Already sweaty.
Yep. So I'll read our first confession. And let's just dive into it. You ready?
Yep.
It says, hello to Joe Bwyan and call me Uncle Zach. And it says, Joe, get with the program and spell your name weird like the rest of us. Oh, come on. Anyway,
Joe.
I just recently came across your podcast about 8 months ago when I got out of rehab for the 8th time. Apparently, I have a problem. Insert eye roll. Classic. I ran through the entire catalog. You guys have kept company through many long hours in the kitchen. 3 out of 5 stars. Wouldn't recommend. But love your guys' work nonetheless. I get it. Okay, salutations check. Ask history check. Disproportionate amount of stars versus appreciation check. So now on to the confession. So I was 17 at the time and have been running it in with a hooker. It's not a term that I am familiar with. Running it in with a hooker. It sounds like a fender bender.
Yeah.
But running it in with a hooker.
He means having sex with a hooker.
I get it. Now, to be fair, I never paid her.
So you're a thief.
At the time. Although, thief? Pussy thief?
Give that back.
Just a little labia bandit.
Yeah.
I did give her plenty of money later to take care of a kid, which turns out isn't mine. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, and that's a whole other story. This is going to be a wild ride. So where was I? Oh, yeah, hooker. 17, all that. So there I was getting ready for a big weekend. I was turning 18 that weekend. 8 ball of Coke, some weed, and a couple bottles of tequila. Remember the part where I mentioned I might have a problem? So we get started early, me and the hooker. We'll call her
Just
Liz.
me and the hooker.
That'd be a great children's book.
Just me and the hooker. Yeah.
It's about fishing, but also a bunch of sex things in there. Let's call her Liz for convenience. Start drinking and smoking. So by about 10 or 11, we are wasted. I lived in an unfurnished second floor of the house. Fuck. What? Gosh, life could just take some wild ups and downs, you know?
How did I get here?
Be like, I got bigger. I could buy a couch or a chair or an 8 ball and a hooker. Yep. Both are going to sit on my face.
Couches aren't new. I could sit on this couch or she can sit on my face.
I can't fucking couch or a chair, so I know what I'm doing. All right. Of a house that was overlooking a couple vacant lots. So I have to piss, and although I really didn't want to attempt to walk up the stairs, I was tired of trying to piss over the little half wall. Mostly, where's your bathroom? Mostly because I kept trying and had only about a half of it over the wall successfully the last time. So I do some coke.
I love how he had enough sense to be like, this isn't working.
Dude, I've tried to piss over this wall last time.
Can't clear it.
So what I'm going to do is do some coke, hoping it would sober me up enough to get down the stairs in a controlled way, take a piss and come back. I successfully managed the way down, but took way too long pissing on the fence and started to get way too drunk again. Okay. I have some questions. How long were you pissing? Because the effects of cocaine are in a minute. Like you get a little more than a minute out of doing a little bit of coke. And he's like, I started getting too drunk again. Like there's a timer on, like, I don't know, whatever. If you got a high tolerance of cocaine, half hour, that you get like the buzz out of cocaine where it makes you feel like you're not that drunk again. So is he pissing for a half hour?
He probably,
or is his tolerance so high, you only get like you only get a down the stairs trip, and then halfway through pissing, you're like, fuck, didn't do enough. That would be a problem.
It's either that or, he thought a lot less time passed than actually did.
Yeah. So I yell at Liz to come down and help me out. She comes and starts to lead me back up the stairs. So I'm starting to get horny from the combination of drugs and staring at her ass as we climb the stairs. God, isn't that the truth? If you watch, I mean, we're climbing stairs and like I'm behind Cassie and I love her. Boop, boop. Just immediately I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm fucking come.
You want me to come in?
And I get inside and then she's like, anyway, so what we have to figure out the funeral arrangements. I'm like,
I forgot about that.
Forgot about that. I'll just think about fucking coming on it. You want fucking coming in it? Yeah. It's funny. Can we put off the?
I don't know. I was thinking about coming.
Can we put off dental insurance and talk more about me coming in it?
I know you wanted to go do that other thing, but I was thinking about coming in it.
Oh, there's a choir concert. Well, how about instead of that, I fucking come in it?
How about we just stay here and not come in?
God, guys are stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking at our ass as we climb the stairs. By the time we can't. By the time we make it all the way up, I'm only thinking about one thing, and then I feel a strange pressure in the back of my shorts. By this time, we are at the landing at the top of the stairs, and she's turning to look at me as I reach back and feel around to see what's going on back there. Just how drunk this guy is. And
what's going on right here?
No, but how drunk that search must have been. Like, what's in the bag? Like, just jerky moment. Like, the movements are all like, I'm going to see what's in my britches.
Something's in there. I don't like it.
My hand finds this cylindrical object about the size of a toilet paper cardboard roll. How funny would it be if that was it?
Yep.
Spoiler.
I forgot I stuck the cardboard roll in
my butt while I was going down to pee.
I knew I needed toilet paper later.
So I pull it out and look at it, and surprise, surprise, it's a turd. So I whip
Big
it.
fucking surprise.
Always something. So I whip it over the wall into the vacant lot next door. I thought I was quick, but Liz, well, he wrote, seen me throw it.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I was quick, but Liz saw me throw something, and she asked, what was that? What was that? I tried to respond casually and just managed, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You don't even need to know about it.
No, listen, you've said enough. So there I am, just shit myself and chucked a turd. But while I'm still horny, so I proceed to talk her into having sex with me again, all while trying to casually wipe my hand on the wall. Oh. Fuck!
He's just like, you like me when I come in there? Just handprint or shit on the wall.
You like it when I'm coming in it while I finger paint? It's you, Liz.
I made her name in your heart.
Writing Liz and shit on the wall.
He just draws a heart and Liz and shit.
And runs out of poop, so he sticks his hand back in his pants.
Need to touch it up.
Touch it up. Boop. Love you. I talk her into sucking me off and realize that she for sure can still smell the remnants of what had just happened. And mind you, she's also super faded. So I proceed to push her head down, and the combination of the smell and sucking dick caused her to puke on me in our bed.
Oh, yeah. Are they even in a bed at this point? Like, where are they?
I mean,
I'm so lost.
In a situation, and I'm not trying to be mean, in a situation where a hooker, if they're at the hooker, if she has more furniture than you do, you got to turn your life around.
Yeah.
She has a bed, and you are going to her house because she has a bed.
Yeah.
Okay. But Mama didn't raise no quitter. So we finished doing it and wind up passing out, curled up together in shit in a puke-covered bed. All in all, the best birthday ever.
Ever!
There's my story. Hopefully you found this as funny as I still do.
Top that.
If this makes it on the show, shout out to all the people who have recovered from addiction and are still in the throes of it. We all have felt the effects of it on us or the people around us. Today, I have little over a year and a half sober. Way to go. And though I stumble through life like an idiot, I still have one less thing to worry about. I love you guys, and I'm grateful for all you do.
I would like to change this to congrats. Instead of smarty pants, congrats shitty pants.
Congrats shitty pants.
This is for you. It's dedicated to you.
Jeez Louise. That was fun.
That's a wild ride.
That was. All right, you want to read just one more? Read this last little confession here.
Well, that's not a little one. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
All right. So back in high school, it was like most other schools, I'm sure. There were cliques, jocks, hicks, goth, etc., etc. Well, two buddies and I were part of the hicks. We grew up on farms, chasing cows, riding tractor. What? The football coach talked to us and joined the football team. It didn't turn out well. While on the football team, we were kind of outcasts. We were the big, dumb hicks. Dude, those are the linemen in a lot of teams. You need those linemen.
Yep.
Underappreciated.
Yep, I get it.
She was.
Right.
But the quarterback's girlfriend seen something she liked.
Okay.
She broke up with him and started dating me. Probably that big old fucking cowboy dick ears.
Yeah. Not trying to say cowboy hat, but...
Oh, it could have been.
Well.
That turned the entire team against me, her, and my two buddies.
Makes sense.
So one night we were at a bonfire and the rest of the football team showed up ready to fight. It's exactly what happened. There were about 10 of us hicks, and we sent them back to the town with their tails tucked between their legs.
I tell you what.
Following Monday, me and my two buddies were on the team, get called to the coach's office, and were informed that we were no longer part of the team. They don't condone violence, blah, blah, blah. Well, why does rest
Football.
Yeah, we don't condone violence.
Because
Go out and crack each other's
It's
heads.
either kick them off or lose your quarterback. So
Yeah. That
small
makes
town
sense.
stuff.
Yeah.
Coach is going to lose the quarterback.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. Let's go.
There's only so many of them.
You know what movie that's from? Let's go. Let's go.
Varsity
Yeah.
Blues.
Let's go.
Yeah.
John Voight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10.
We were pissed. We didn't start the fight. We just finished it.
Mm-hmm. Ding.
So we began to try and think of ways to get payback. Here comes a confession. Another buddy of ours, dad, had recently passed away. And we killed him.
So we went home and killed him.
Again.
The end.
While throwing some old prescriptions, my buddy found a prescription of Viagra in the medicine cabinet and he kept it and thought we had fun to try one night. Well, instead, we crushed it up, about 20 of them, little blue pills, and then homecoming Friday during wood shop, I snuck into the football locker room and dumped the Viagra powder in the Gatorade mix. Later that night, we were watching the football game and halftime approaches. We start seeing a few of the boys on the team start rearranging themselves on the field. A few minutes later, you start seeing the other boys doing the same. They all start looking at each other and talking, assuming they're trying to figure out why they all have boners. Hey, man, you got a stiffy?
So listen, I'm trying to run the play you're calling, but I got this fucking boner. Hit me in the dick.
Just hit me in the dick, brother. See what happens.
Ding.
In the middle of the game. Mm-hmm. We even got the coaches. The rest of the game, the coaches stood in one spot on the sidelines with their clipboards over their crotch, hiding what we had done. To my knowledge, nothing was ever figured out, but the Hicks sure got a good laugh out of it. Great show, guys. Enjoy the content. Sorry for the long email. Just had to give some backstory before I confessed.
That's a good one.
Awesome.
I feel like I either like read this or saw this. Like it sounds like an early 2000s teen movie.
It does.
What do you recall this?
Well, no. Revenge of the Nerds, they put the chemical in their jock straps.
Well, maybe they got influenced by something that we all saw.
But I think the boner thing did happen in a movie. That'd be funny if the confession was just a plot of Star Wars. Just a plot of the movie. Yeah. So my dad turned bad.
Yeah.
And he was fighting for the wrong side all these years, and then I fucking
his name. Back. I'll keep it. We'll call him
Daddy
Garth
V.
Bader.
Call him Garth.
Call him Garth Bader. I just can make sure we keep it anonymous.
Yeah.
And my name was Duke.
I had a sister, fucking Maya.
All right, well, we have one more confession. I'll just rip through it really quick here. It says, "Hey, Big Daddies, I'll try to keep this short and sweet. I was a late bloomer when it comes to learning about sex. I knew boys have a ding-dong and girls have boobs and bleed every month. So when things got hot and heavy with my first boyfriend, I was very unaware of the basic biology. I was like 14, dating a much older boy. Parents, what the fuck? One time he spent the night and my parents said he could sleep on the couch. Being the teenager that I was, I snuck out to the couch one night. I ended up touching his ween a lot. He liked it a lot.
Yeah.
When he came, me, not knowing anything about dick, scream, "What the fuck is that?
What the fuck just happened?"
And he replied, "It's cum." And I was like, "Oh my God, ew."
He's like, "Dude, what are you talking about?"
It's crazy to think that that's the goal. What are you fucking so worried about?
The whole thing.
So that's why I'm here, dude. Knock it off. It's crazy to think that's how I learned about semen. Even crazier that I used to be so grossed out by it when now, 28 years old, I am very not grossed out by it. I feel kind of bad for the dude for my reaction, but honestly, he had a good time regardless. Hope you find this as funny as I still do.
She's like, not only am I not grossed out, but I fucking love that.
I fucking now it's
I can't get enough of that.
All right, let's get into our petty beef. Zachy Poe!
Silence in the court!
You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is petty beef.
Yeah.
All right, send him by. Get the fuck off me.
Balloon?
Send him by our son Corey with a K.
Okay.
This weekend, I needed a shitload of pavers and bricks to complete a backyard home project. I went to the local Menards and loaded up a shopping cart with pavers, and as I was pushing the cart, something went awry.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, the carts are not meant to support that much weight. The frame broke. Or sorry,
you just skipped the entire half of the sentence.
Yeah, it didn't break. It bent forward, but I just pictured it breaking.
Yeah, weight of the frame of the cart bent forward.
And then it just...
And you just took that, you looked at it, and you went broke.
Yeah. You ever? When we were teaching my kid how to read, say he'll do the same thing. Like he's reading a part, and yeah, my wife does it most of the work. Now I can read kid books just fine.
You're reading, you're like, what's this big? She goes, the.
I actually wrap kids' books. That's what I do with them. No, but he'll be reading, and then he'll just like, he doesn't know the word, so then he'll see the picture and then just
get a little context clue.
He'll like just say the word based on the picture. I'm like, you just looked at.
You can't just do that.
You can't. It's not even close to the word, dude.
No, I know. There's a picture of a penguin, but that is ice. Mm-hmm. The word is ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to work for you now, but wait till you're a grown man.
Wait till everyone else cares.
And everyone's listening to you read
on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It makes fun of you nonstop.
Thousands of people,
and all your closest friends make fun of you every time you show up.
Every time I read, everyone just stares at me while I'm reading, knowing I'm going to fuck up, and it's just a matter of time before it happens. Imagine that.
Imagine that pressure.
All right, good night. Go to sleep.
All right, good night.
Love you.
Remember, it could be worse.
I left the cart where it was and ordered the bricks for pickup instead. Am I the asshole?
That's a good one. That's a good one. And the first thing
panic mode.
Yeah, the first thing that popped into my head was just like this justification. And there's a weird rule that the rules change depending on the size of the store.
Okay.
Right?
If you're in Home Depot versus
a big ass box store versus like a local store, don't the rules kind of
sure?
Can't you push them around a little bit, a little malleable?
Yeah, I mean, it's usually like it's Bill down the street that owns a hardware store.
It's the name of it's Bill's Hardware.
It is. It's Bill's Hardware.
And when you get there, Bill's there.
If you spill a bunch of bricks in Bill's Hardware, Bill has to take his old ass over there and pick up all the bricks.
Right.
But if you do that at Home Depot, some 18-year-old kid named Chad's going to go over there, and he's paid by the hour, so he doesn't give a shit.
No, he's just there to do that exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like the situation of like putting stuff back in the right place. So I've always done that.
Yeah.
And I know plenty of people where they pick something up, they walk around with it, then they just grab it and they just put it back on the closest shelf.
It's like a car seat, and they're like, we don't need this car seat.
You don't need this car seat. Just put it with the peanuts.
Or like a refrigerated item in like the cookie section. Like that's ruined.
See,
I've
that's
never
crazy.
done that.
That's crazy.
I've never done that.
But like, if you pick up
fucking psychopath,
like you pick up a chips, and then you go over, and then there's like a chip that you feel is
better,
a better deal, and it's equivalent enough, and you just put the chip bag back over there. Like that doesn't fly everywhere. Like I'll let you get away with that shit in Walmart, but or like a Safeway or whatever, a Kroger, whatever you got, that's like a big supermarket. Like I still think it's a little bit fucked up that you just like you changed your mind and somebody else has to walk around and hunt down your fucking bullshit.
Isn't that the equivalent of someone not taking their fucking cart back?
Yeah, but that's a whole different thing.
That's probably the same kind of person that's doing that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, probably. And there's like, but like the cart rule that I know that we've talked about before is like, if you're dealing with a bunch of shit, like I have admitted to leaving the cart not in the best spot because the kids are fucking fighting in the car, and I can't just walk away for 45 seconds and leave them punching each other. I can.
You can.
Or I'll put the fucking cart in a safe place and then make sure I take care. But I'm always a cart putter backer. It has to be an emergency situation.
Shout out to Cart Narcs.
But like it feels like Walmart. It's like you're like, oh shit, like what's going on like over here in the clothes? It's just fucking clothes hangers hanging on the ground.
Oh,
and they're sideways. What the fuck? What are you guys doing?
People are it's like they're just slapping clothes out of the way to look, and they're
Don't
falling
even
on the
like
ground.
it.
There are
they pick up 10 of them and go, not my size, and just throw it at the rack.
They do.
Like they're fucking animals.
They do.
Right. And it's acceptable in some way in a Walmart.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
it's Walmart?
Probably because the class of people that are shopping there, there's like, there are different classes of people.
Yeah, I get it.
And there are, in the stores reflect.
And just to be clear, I will still shop at a Walmart if there's something I need from a Walmart.
Yeah, I don't like going to Walmart, but I'll if I need something at Walmart. But it's definitely like and I use class probably not correctly. It's like the mentality of the person shopping there. The higher up you go,
you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, but it almost resets again when you get to like, let's say like really rich people who are shopping at a place and they're like, ew, I don't like it. Or it's like, I'll throw it away because they're better than everyone. So you kind of get this weird like person that's like, I don't give a shit. I'm not thinking about anybody else. I'm just going to throw it on the ground at a Walmart. And then you get at the same person at the other end of the spectrum who's just like, I don't give a shit about people. Right. Fucking throw it on the ground. And then you have like the Target people who are, Targets are usually pretty, even
Targets they have their moments.
They do, but it's a little better than Walmart.
I'm not I'm not exactly sure what I would do in Corey's situation. Like the cart just collapse and you're just like, I'm not doing this. And you just go order it for pickup.
I think it would depend on if you were with somebody too. Like sometimes the way that I do things is if you and I did it, if we were together versus if I was by myself, I would be a little bit more timid and panicky. And I might just want to get the hell out of there. I don't know.
I mean, you didn't break it. Obviously the bricks broke it. Like everyone's going to understand. That might be a little bit of like a human condition thing. Like, you don't feel like dealing with it. You don't feel like walking in there and being like, hey, I had all these bricks and the fucking cart broke. So that's out there.
So you're going to pick this up and I'm going to go order it online.
So you hire whoever, you guys, the lowest totem pole person, get them out there. And then I'm just going to pull up my truck and do it the way I should have done it.
Yeah.
Because this is a disaster.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fault Corey. I don't know what a Menards is.
It's in the South, right? It's like
I'm guessing kind of a Home Depot situation.
Yeah. The only way I knew what it was is because that was one of the sponsors of a NASCAR driver.
Oh shit!
He drove that Menards car.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Menards.
Yeah, I get it.
I would think about that every time I heard it.
Yeah. Corey, I don't think you're an asshole in a shopping experience if the equipment you're provided fails you for what the product you're trying to get. Like if you brought your own cart in some fantasy world where like you parked and then out of the back of your fucking F-250 got a shopping cart out, loaded up, and then that broke and you're like, fuck it. Like, but if it's their equipment failed, it's kind of their problem.
You know what's funny about that is you go into like a Trader Joe's and you bring in your own bag. They almost look down on you if you don't bring your own bag. Like, fuck you, you pretentious asshole. But you don't bring. But so like, what if it was like that where you go to like a hardware shop and like people are pulling carts out of their other trucks,
right? Exactly.
And they're like, that one's not going to work.
Bring your own cart. How about bankruptcy? No one's coming to shop there. Literally, if they're like, Safeway was like, bring your own cart. I'd be like, how about find a new store? Good luck. I'm not fucking doing this.
Yeah. I don't know. Think of yourself in the store. If you're looking for drills, you're like on the right looking for drills, and some guy, this happens, and he just walks away. Like, what would your thought in that moment be? Like, what the fuck? This guy's just leaving. He just dropped all of his shit and he just fucking left.
I think if the cart broke, I would just be like, it's the cart's fault. Like, what are you supposed to fucking do?
Well, you could tell somebody.
Yeah, go in and tell somebody. Which, Corey, you could have done that.
Yeah,
but you didn't. Yeah, there is that.
My personality, I probably would have told somebody and then helped them pick up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm better than you.
That makes sense. All right. Zach, do you have any insight on this?
No, not really.
Okay.
Skiddly whip.
All right, Corey. Well, I think that if it's their shit and their shit breaks while you're trying to buy their product, then it's free game.
You should just take the damn cart home, probably.
Yeah, it's free game.
Just steal it at that point.
And a free cart. Brian thinks you're a piece of shit. All right, let's move off to some lap time. Are you ready, Zach?
No.
Oh, tell me what. Oh,
there it is.
Hey, little chitrons, why don't you come take a seat on Uncle Zacky's lap? Gather around, boys and girls. It's lap time with Uncle Zach.
Sit on my lap, you little shits.
It's gotten hot in these little costumes, hasn't it?
Hot in these rhinos.
Very hot.
Oh,
What are we doing for lap time?
We are doing some brainy meats,
Okay.
but it's from the AI universe.
Oh.
And so the idea is...
The last year has been a very heavy AI year.
Yeah, it's fascinated the human race, hasn't it?
hey, I like this
All
idea.
the songs.
Oh, yeah. And so I thought, what we're trying to do with lap time is bring some insight, some stuff that you might not have heard, help your life. And I asked the AI, what are some of the quotes from human beings that are wise that would help make us a little better and have our lives be a little better?
Okay.
That was the premise of this. And it picked some really good ones. We do Brainy Meats on the Just a Ride podcast all the time, and a lot of these have showed up there, but this is kind of fun.
Okay.
So I'm curious. A lot of times on Just a Ride, it's like I'll read the quote, and then we just kind of sit there and go, oh, yeah, I'm smart. So it might be a lot of that. But
Okay.
Here's one from Socrates. The unexamined life is not worth living.
Yeah.
So meaning, urging critical thinking, basically, over blind acceptance.
Yeah, I think that's very true.
Socrates was a good, smart guy.
That's Socrates.
God, so great.
He also said, the only thing I know is that I know nothing, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think that the older that I get, the more you realize how much you don't fucking have any idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But if the things that you do understand and they give you any sort of happiness, then that's a win.
Yeah. It's the value of questioning over assuming knowledge, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a lot of these. These are fun. This one comes from Aristotle. So we're going way back. AI is way about the classics. It says, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. I really like that one. Because you don't just fall into things. You work hard, and sometimes chance favors that, preparation.
Oh, that quote sounded like something that Tiger Woods would say.
Right? It's probably on this wall in his house.
Yeah, probably.
When he was a little Tigger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically
that was close.
Consistent actions, emphasizing discipline and achieving virtue. So this is fun to see that
It's weird that people from that old thought that way.
Yeah, a lot of wisdom has been forgotten in a lot of sense, and people had a lot of time to think about how to figure out life.
They didn't have TV to distract them.
Yeah.
Or a podcast.
We have Trailer Park Boys.
More time to actually sit there and think about things.
Yeah, if you just sit there all day and think, you're like,
that's a good thought.
Fuck, I wonder if this is fucking me up, my brain.
And not watch people smash their nuts on a handrail. And be like, oh, wow.
It might have degraded the human IQ a little bit. Who knows?
Just like this podcast.
Indeed. This is from Friedrich Nietzsche. And it says, he who has a why can bear almost any how.
Brian with a Y.
So who has a why to live can
Reading?
bear almost any how.
Well, Brian has a Y and he can't read.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So there's that.
How do I read?
But I love this. If you have a purpose in life, it makes life easier because you can get through most things. So it's about resilience,
I
right?
think that's probably why people off themselves. They feel like they don't have a purpose.
Yeah, why am I here? I don't want to be around.
If I don't want to be around anymore, no one else wants me to be around anymore, I might as well not be around anymore.
Yep.
So I get that.
And we're still in the classics. We got Plato. The life of a man is of no greater duration than the breath of his nostrils.
Speaking of, I love the smell of Plato.
Play-Doh? Smell of Play-Doh.
Yeah.
And the taste.
The smell.
Do you ever eat some glue and Play-Doh together? It's like a little sandwich of deliciousness.
Was that early meth?
For kindergartners? I think so.
That quote doesn't make any sense. Say it again.
Okay. The life of a man is of no greater duration than the breath of his nostrils.
So,
You can't live without breathing.
breathing?
It's basically focus on what truly matters. And it's about life is very short.
Maybe I'm just too dumb to get that one.
Well, AI thinks it's really good.
It's funny because though it's like it's someone just said like, dude, you can't live without water, and then they're like, the floweth of the, it's like it's coming up with the
molecules of the water
of the tongue
is nothing without the consumption of it.
Yeah, it's like
so I can't be alive without drinking water. Fuck, why'd you say it so weird?
That sounds wise, but are you high, Plato?
It just sounds like
Plato, you fucking nerd.
They just spoke so much cooler back then. Is really what it comes down to. I think.
And I believe
That's all. Yeah.
Thus cometh the. Yeah.
If you do not breathe through your nostrils,
you will perish.
You will die.
You will die.
Oh, the way he said it sounded really cool.
Yeah. That's just good bedside manner is all it was.
Basically. This is another classic Greek philosopher, Heraclitus. Heraclitus? I don't even know his name.
Heraclitus?
Heraclitus. Heraclit.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
But you've probably heard a version
Rub
of this.
me counterclockwise and bring forth the water. If you do not sip from the cave, you will perish. Fuck you, Heraclitus.
Well, Heraclitus
I'm
says...
trying! I can't find it! You cannot rub what you cannot find!
Now I can't see. All right, you've probably heard a version of this, but no man ever steps in the same river twice, meaning that life changes so fast that both the river and the person evolve.
That's true.
So, yeah, so everything's changing. So calm the fuck down, I guess.
Yeah.
I like this one. This comes from Dostoevsky. Says, the greatest happiness is to know the source of unhappiness. Ponder that.
That's true.
All right, well, fuck
What
up.
do I like to not
light without, or
have
darkness without light is just darkness.
I like this one, too.
Heraclitus.
We got to have a Heraclitus shirt at some point. All right, this one is from Albert Camus, a French philosopher.
Easy for you to say.
Philosopher.
Philosopher.
Thank you, philosopher.
Listen, I've been out all night, philosopher.
I've been philosophizing. That's a philosopher.
No, I have only had 2 drinks, philosopher.
Have you seen anybody seen Heraclitus?
Heraclitus, he was in the back seat and he rubbed him. Oh, God. He's a genie. Heraclitus is a genie.
This one I think a lot of people listening might relate to. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's a good one. It's a tough world to live in.
Yeah,
but I get it. I like it. I like the inspiration.
He's basically defiant individuality in an absurd world.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a few more here. The mind is everything what you think you become. That comes from Buddha, from the Bodhisattva.
Think good, be good.
A lot of these are about the mind. Like, you kind of choose the filter that you see the world through, and it kind of says a little bit about you.
Yeah.
Let's see a few more. The function of... I don't like that one. Let's see.
Was it Heraclitus?
It was Heraclitus again.
The function of the bump is to come water forth.
You must flicketh the bean.
You must flicketh the bean to get the squeam. Heraclitus.
If you flicketh the bean, you'll get the scream.
That's the shirt.
Herodotus.
That's the shirt.
Isn't it Herodotus?
Herodiclith? I have no idea, dude. There's so many of those Odysseus's and Maximuses.
Odysseus, yeah. He was
Epictetus's.
He had nothing cool to say.
He was an Assassin's Creedus.
I've looked into
Assassin's Creedus.
He was an Assassin's Creedus.
He helped me.
All right, this comes from a French author that I'm going to butcher the name, but it's André Gide.
Okay.
And he says, one does not discover new lands without consenting to lose sight of the shore.
Okay.
Don't be a bitch.
Go adventure.
Be a bitch at your own risk.
Go float.
Yeah. Risk-taking for growth and discovery, says the AI about it.
Just get out of here.
All right. To know,
makes sense.
Another one.
Search the clitoris without hesitation, and you will find the treasures you seek.
What I really
Ding dong.
What I really like about this is that it's gone all over the place as far as what it thinks are great philosophers. So this is from Confucius, so a Chinese philosopher.
I'm very Confucius.
Yeah, from the Heraclitus. I can't find it.
That makes me very Confucius.
The hair
Where'd it go?
hiding it.
It was here and here gone.
All right, this is to know what you know and what you do not know. That is true knowledge. It's kind of the art. It's kind of the art of war kind of thing. A little bit. So a little
to know what you do not know is the act of knowing.
Apparently, the French are very good at philosophy. Because here's another one. This is from Jean-Paul Sartre, and it is. This is the easiest one, and I think it makes sense. Hell is other people.
That's just I hate people shirt.
Yeah, but also the flip side is the pointing out that the the world is being surrounded by people that aren't you. Mm-hmm. So that's the hell.
Yes.
It's not everyone else. It's you.
It's
you are the hell.
It's your expectations.
It's your
of the word.
your inability to navigate the world because we're all the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So hell is everybody else is like, yeah, but you're fucking hell to someone else.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
It explores how others' judgments shape our self-perception.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
the I hate people shirts. It is funny because it's like, I mean, when I'm driving, I fucking hate other people but it's because maybe I left the house too late or I didn't plan accordingly. So now everyone's driving slow.
Everyone's a cunt.
And it's like, no, they were just going
They
their
don't have
speed.
places to go.
I was just in a hurry because I didn't plan my day accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play the accordion.
We're driving a chord.
I drove an accord and played an accordion.
Wow.
All right, just a handful more, and we'll get through these real quick. This one is from Albert Einstein. Have you heard of him?
No.
Okay. No. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Do you agree?
I like that because I don't think I'm book smart. I think I'm like I think a lot of things smart.
Well, AI wants you to be more imaginative than they've got the knowledge. AI's got the knowledge. You guys figure out the fun shit to do.
I mean,
I like to use my imagination.
I agree. I believe like that quote also misses the most important component, and that's drive and follow up to imagination.
Absolutely.
So,
but it's prioritizing creativity.
You have to
over
know what to do with your
learning.
imagination.
Yes.
Because if you don't have the tools involved to take the steps and you just sit there and think about shit, that's useless.
It is, but so
to everyone besides you. But if you want to have an impact on the environment around you, you have to know what to do with your. Because everyone has an imagination; they're different. But if that's all you have, then you're on acid. Like you're literally the high guy at a party, and you're like, I have so many good ideas.
Nah,
I'm seeing shit, and it's like if you don't know how to execute or do something with it, then it's just it's kind of a waste.
Yeah,
it is weird to think about, like when let's say you go to like a trivia thing and you're like answering all the questions, someone's like, dude, I didn't realize how smart you were. And it's like, all I did was
about dumb shit.
I would just, or I read more books or I sought more information. It's like the information, I didn't come up with the information. All I did was memorize it from somewhere else. So does that really make you smart because you memorized information from somewhere else? Somebody else did the legwork to figure all that out.
I just pictured the worst trivia ever. You show up and it's a calculus equation. They're like, all right, question number 1. You look up and it's just a fucking calculus equation. You're like, fuck.
They hand you like a.
I know who Britney Spears kissed.
Katy Perry kissed a girl and she did like it.
And she liked it. I don't know that. There's like, it's just like real life trivia. And you're like, fuck this, dude. It's like not about what album this song was on or what year it came out. It's just like normal fucking math and science shit. And you're like, fuck.
You know what's also funny is if you like if you're into sports and you're like, dude, I could name the entire fucking Black Sox, all the players that, and they're like, dude, that's crazy. Like, you know a lot about sports, or like, but if you do the same thing with like Pokemon, you're like, fucking nerd.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
What a
same
fucking
thing.
What a
That
fucking
is funny.
Same thing.
I
It's
don't
like-
respect you, but respect me for the
It's
same
like,
thing.
well, because you like sports, so you're a fucking man, but you like Pokemon, so you're a nerd.
More acceptable.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, 3 more.
Okay.
This is from Seneca, a Roman
He used to
philosopher.
be a Seahawks quarterback.
Seneca?
See, I knew that because I like sports.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did not.
You're a fucking nerd.
This is also about imagination. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. So the idea is that overthinking future fears.
Absolutely.
So this is Seneca is one of the Stoic main people of Stoicism. This one, I was so happy that AI picked this because Christopher Hitchens is one of my favorite thinkers of the modern era. Yeah, it was. Screw you, Brian. I'm coming in there. Okay. He says, quote, "The essence of the independent mind lies not in what it thinks, but in how it thinks." I fucking love that quote.
That's really good.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think that's from Letters to a Young Contrarian. Great book.
It reminds me of a honk about it. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, but at the end of every single bonus one, we talk about like these certain things. Like you have different questions that we answer, but it reminds me of like the importance of It's so easy. Life is such a fucking shit show. And I don't know how long ago we talked about this. Life is such a fucking shit show. It's so easy to be miserable.
Yeah.
So you choose what miserable things do you want to have an impact on you? Because it's important. There are sad things. You don't want to be a psychopath where nothing is sad and you are stoic and you have no feelings. So you have to use this filter to accept the real sadness and the perceived sadness, the things that don't require or don't deserve that amount of attention, because they're always going to come and go regardless of how big of a deal you think they are. And then that's how you find your happiness.
And I think people can dwell on those things.
Absolutely.
And it just drives them nuts.
I think that dove into politics and media and all that stuff when we talked about it. It's like, yeah, you let this shit just infiltrate you. It's going to. It's like, or just fucking don't. And just look at what's actually happening, what you actually care about. And then start structuring your happiness around those pillars. Because those are really the only important things. It's kids, friends, partnerships, relationships, job. And then you have to be a little careful about what you're letting in. Because if you just let it all in, the world is fucking terrible.
Yeah. And stoicism isn't really about no emotions. It's about controlling your emotions so that it doesn't damage others or yourself.
Well, yeah, but to a degree. But if you really don't feel anything, there's a difference.
There's no way to not feel things. Stoicism knows that you will feel things. It's about understanding what you're feeling and channeling it in a way that doesn't destroy things.
But okay, so that's the outward part, right? But like there is I guess the argument that would be, if you practice that enough, eventually you're putting up an inability to actually properly process those feelings that you should be processing because you're worried about how you're going to project them back.
No, because it's an internal thing first.
I'm the same way. Like terrible things will happen and I take a breath and I look at it and I think. We've talked about that too. Like think to talker, talk to thinker.
Yeah.
And a lot of men are think to talkers, where you take it all in and you want to make sure you have all the information before you say something back. Mm-hmm. But that also doesn't guarantee you're processing whatever tragedy has happened in your life. And there's different things. There's different calibers of this. Like your dad dies. If like this happens and you just go, mm-hmm, and you're just scared about like disrupting the world around you, but you're actually fucking destroyed inside. Is that good?
No, but being reliable to people around you, if you're, the head of a household or something.
What if it fucks up your life? Like, what if now you're mentally fucked by not taking the proper steps and discussing it? That's what I'm getting at.
I think stoicism, if you dig into it, will help you unfuck your brain when it comes to your chemicals and the way you react to them.
Yeah,
I really do.
And I am that.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%, but I also, I look at it as, I think I might be fucking it up by not being vocal enough about the sadness things and bad things that happen to me that I just brush off.
For sure. You should definitely talk to people when you have those kind of things, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's about not, coming to them and start slapping them and shit.
Oh, yeah. That's bad.
Well, a lot of people do that. A lot of people can't control their emotions. So stoicism is a great way to understand things, but it's not for everybody. A lot of people see it as absolutely heartless and that kind of stuff. And I see why. Mm-hmm. Let's just do one more.
Okay.
This is from, I was so excited to see that AI picked this. It's from Richard Feynman, an American physicist.
Big dicks are better.
Yep. Dick Feynman. He says, the first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. Mm-hmm. And that's my favorite quote of all of these.
That is a good one.
Yep.
God, we're idiots.
We are. That's the main takeaway from all of it.
Yeah. Reminds me of a song lyric I wrote back in the day. I tried talking to myself, but I saw all the excuses coming.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Yep.
I think that quote's better than a couple of the ones I read from
Heraclitus.
So here's a question for you.
Blocked.
And I guess so. How am I going to try to phrase this? So, like, do we think? Obviously, they're very smart people. God damn it! What was I going to try to say? That we can you say that quote again, Zach?
Yes, but I put it away. Let's see. Yeah.
They're written on his dick.
Yeah. Hold on. Hang on. I put my dick away.
Like he's cheating on a test. This whole time he's jerking off, and like the second he stops jerking off, all his notes shrunk into his pants, and he can't read it.
It's under the first fold. The first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. So it's warning against self-deception in science and in life.
Believe what you want to believe.
Yeah, we think, therefore we are, right? But
I guess I was just fuck. I
Does your truth matter?
It was something about like we as humans are very smart, but are we smarter than like let's say like other animals? Or are we smart
in certain regards?
Are we smarter than them, or did we figure out like tools, that kind of thing, and then it like what? Like, are we smarter than a fucking bald eagle for what a bald eagle can do in its environment? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we
in its own realm, in its own sphere?
Yeah, like
I mean, we can't do its things.
Well, they're instinctual level thinkers.
Yeah.
And so they're reacting to things
It's
that are in their
and
genes.
they're better at certain things, but we could also kill a bald eagle.
Yeah,
we could also catch fish, and we could also climb a tree. We could also kind of fly if you want to stand up for cheap.
I
get what you're saying, but they can't They're not doing the same thoughts about their own existence as humans are.
No, they can't, and they can't do that. So I guess I'm wondering, like, when I hear quotes like this, like, it's I don't even know what I'm trying to say, like.
Feel it out. Let's hear it.
I love you.
I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, are they truly meaningful, or is it just us like thinking more into like we're bored? Like, are we just bored?
I think that's a great challenge to philosophy in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because a lot of times I hear certain things and it's like it's not those like old ones, because that's like when I hear things now when people say something like prominent, it's like there's zero meaning to that. Like you're just bored.
Philosophy isn't for everyone, but sometimes it strikes a chord. I think that's kind of the point.
That's the point for sure.
It's just sometimes.
Hear one of these,
and sometimes, I mean, just to be honest, like I'm not like deep into philosophy, but I like it. I could read a quote one time, and then the next time, 2 years later, I read it, and it's a totally different thing that I read.
Oh yeah.
So it's a space. It's a space that you're in. Either it's going to connect. It's going to spawn your own brain to expand into a new thinking that it hasn't been in for a while or ever, or it's going to fucking be nothing and sound like complete garbage and a waste of time.
See, I wonder, like hearing one of those quotes and then hearing another quote like on shrooms. Or just like in a state of on weed.
You guys are both weed heads.
Like just in a state where your mind is completely, you just accept things completely. Like I don't know. Like
I mean, living your life by a philosophy quote would be a rough sell. But as long as it just gets you to be like
live, laugh, love, dude.
Live, laugh, love. And if I just went out there and lived and laughed and loved, I would have fucking AIDS and be locked up in an insane asylum. That's what would happen if I just did that. I'd be alive. I'd be on the corner of an intersection going while hugging people. And they'd be like, you have to come with me.
Yeah.
And those people that say you have to come with me, it's the police.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of philosophy is about trying to figure out the filter of your mind, because the way we look at things, right? So if you have to do a public speech and you're nervous, reshaping that filter. So it's like, because nervousness is really close to excitedness, and being like, instead of being afraid, I'm excited to share the information. I'm excited to tell people these things. That will shift the way that your brain acts, and it'll shift the way that your chemistry works.
Yeah.
And so a lot of philosophy is just like, change your filters, look at your belief system, and maybe that's not correct. You're likely fooling yourself.
See, it's
change
weird.
Up your perception.
It's weird because I totally see what you're saying. Because like the idea of getting up and doing something in front of people is terrifying. And whenever I tell people that, they're always like, "Really? I had no idea you do video." It's like, but getting up there and like performing just you in front of an audience is fucking terrifying.
It is.
And I don't know how I would. I mean, the more you do it, the easier it would get. I don't know if a quote I just don't know if it could like change my perspective on being terrified or
it takes practice, and it takes other things too. Like learning how to breathe and have an experience, and all sorts of things.
And then last thing, and then we'll hop off this. We're gonna move on to hooray. We're not doomed. But bouncing off the back of exactly what you were saying, Brian, there's a reason why people have affirmations. The affirmations that you read in the morning or whenever you're doing them, I don't know about a lot of time, but it's philosophy quotes. Because they don't always hit. It's just a little tiny bug in your brain that at some point in your day, it might remind you of the dumb quote or whatever you said to yourself in the morning that's going to just make it concrete that you have a chance. So you pick out your favorite quotes, you read them to yourself in the mirror, and that is what, it refreshes them because our brains are dumb and you forget.
Mm-hmm. Says the guy in the bird suit.
Says the guy wearing a seagull costume, sitting in a basement with two fucking idiots.
I was just picturing like what you're saying totally makes sense. And I was just
my affirmation was like, doesn't matter what costume you wear, you're a great guy. And I read that every day.
Doesn't matter how hot and sweaty you get.
Doesn't matter how hot and sweaty or if you talk about shit in your pants, you still got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these things, last thing for me, is you're trying to trick your subconscious into believing things that are probably good for you.
Yeah.
And your conscious doesn't know shit. Your subconscious is going to act on the fear and change it into courage.
Yeah.
I just was picturing this guy standing in front of the mirror and he's like, it's the live, laugh, love quote. And it's just like, and then he's at his meeting. He's got to do his big pitch. And he's like, just remember, live, laugh, love.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's
what it's.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It's what it's.
Okay, and then he's like, it's what it's. And then he goes out there.
Live, laugh, love. Like in a football locker room.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Live, laugh, love. All right, let's move on for some good news. That was fun. Thanks, Zach. Love you.
Yeah,
all right, push the button. Fuck yeah!
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
Yeah! All right, so this is just ridiculous, but just a reminder that Australia is more fun than we are. So,
crikey!
Yeah, they are. So, before we watch the video, I just want to tell you guys about this Australian politician who is getting out of politics. He's signing off from his career. And what he did was a shoey. Do you guys know what a shoey is?
Yeah, you drink beer out of a shoe.
You drink beer out of a shoe.
Mm-hmm. Everything in Australia ends with an E. It's
yes.
chippy.
You're right. You're right. It 100% does. And here's a video of this guy signing off from his career doing a fucking shoey.
I thought long and hard about how I will finish this speech, and I'm used to getting told off, so we might as well get this over and done with. But I would like to say to the members and the constituents across WA, thank you for 2 fantastic terms. Cheers.
Order, members. Order. The Honourable Cole McGinn will take his seat. Now.
Take his seat after he does a fucking shoey.
The Honourable member is very well aware that he ran a very fine line in offending the dignity of the council. So I assume his speech has concluded.
Imagine being that. That's like the HOA lady.
So politics suck everywhere, huh?
That's the HOA lady right there. She's like, oh, I know you want to have fun at your house, but no.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are. The hall monitors always want to be in government.
Always watching.
So here's a thing I've always thought about Australian people. So when we hear him talk, we're like, oh, they're so cheeky. He's like, all right, it's pippy to pot you, and we're just like, but it's funny because like they just all talk like that. Mm-hmm. So they're all sitting around an office going, all right,
or breaking up with each other or tucking their kids in.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I think I can see your face no more. But it's
can
like,
you say it like not like a clown? This is really serious. I know.
Oh, I'm being serious.
Crikey. How?
But like a very serious, serious
a
thing.
Doctor?
Yeah. You've got cancer. You're going to die.
All right.
So your heart's about to explode. So what we need to do is get in there, take some pliers and rip some cords out. And we've got, you got like a 2% chance of living.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, I'm gonna hit it.
Anyway, just takes a shoey.
Off you go then. I'm about to hit a shoey. It's just... It's so funny because it's such a fun accent and it's such a funny sounding accent. But to them, it's just their normal life.
Yeah.
Honey,
One of the best.
he's like, "Where you fucking cunt?" They always call each other cunts.
Yep. As they should. Because it sounds good.
He's being a fucking cunt. And you're like, don't yell at Jeffrey. He's being a cunt. That's not even... No, I'm getting into like...
British,
like Beatles. Like,
it's a fine line.
Yeah, it's like it's
What's
easy.
your name?
It's easy to make that transition.
It is.
Anyway,
I found something on the internet. I'm gonna show it to you guys.
All right.
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes, that's awesome. And I will say outright, this is never going to be the final product of the what am I trying to say? The field that I'm going to tell you guys about. Okay, this guy just came up with an idea, and what he has sucks. But whoever steals the idea from him is going to make it awesome. Okay, because that's how the world works. A company with more money is going to come along and make this actually...
It was a great idea.
Right.
Let's take it.
Yeah. It is a great idea.
You didn't patent that, did you?
And it's one of those where you didn't, like, there's no reason why any of us three didn't think of this fucking idea.
We probably did.
We didn't. So we're going to a Lino Lakes man who has invented a flying pooper scooper called the poop copter. Okay? What? Yes. It's exactly what you think it is. As the owner of a corgi named Twinkie, Caleb Olson is familiar with the age-old problem. So he found a solution that makes sure his ingenuity. Thanks.
Yeah,
Ingenuity doesn't
read.
I'm a seagull.
I think I'm better at reading big words.
You're not fucking
like
better
if it was
at
only
anything.
big words, I would fly through
Let's
it.
hop back over to our
War and Peace.
War and Peace, and you tell me if you
fly
tell me.
through that.
Everyone's got a dog. Everyone's got this problem. So it felt like a big problem that felt worth my time to try and dressing, said Olson. Olson has created what he believes is the world's first aerial-bound dog poop removal system called the Poop Copter. He says the drone can remotely scan the dog poop in a specific area, like a backyard or open field. When it detects the mess in real time, it will swoop down and scoop it up. Now, to tell you guys how it does this, what he has come up with is like, it's a drone, and then on the bottom of it, there's like little things that close. And what he does is the drone rotates and it opens and closes this, like a little, like a shutter eye of a camera. Which is going to be covered in shit, and it's a terrible idea. Like, there's got to be a different way to get down, like a vacuum, like something that would just suck the shit out of the lawn, and then maybe spray some water on it, and then go back and take care of itself. I feel like we're in a spot where there could be a cleaning station for your poop copter. Olson hasn't gotten that far.
Unless you wait for it to dry up.
It's still, I mean,
if you're picking it up clean or fresh, that's going to get...
Changing blades or a fin on your poop copter after 2 years of scooping up
This is what everybody
dog
says
shit.
when something just makes it start. Oh, yeah, fuck it.
No, I'm saying this is great. I'm saying this model isn't it.
Yeah.
But it's starting the whole talk because fuck picking up dog poop.
He better get credit for the...
It's one of the biggest reasons that I don't have a dog anymore. There's dog hair and there's fucking poop.
Yep.
That's it. I love dogs. I've had dogs ever since I got out of college, all the way up until recently. And I'm just like, not having my stuff covered in dog hair and not having to pick up dog shit is fucking awesome. Okay. I love them, but come on. So if you could solve that issue, because you can't solve dog hair unless we get a robot that's going to start combing dog hair, then I'm in. But dog poop sucks. Especially living up here in the Pacific Northwest where it's cold. And then after that cold, go fuck yourself. You pick up what? 100 pounds of dog shit? And just like, you have to and like just pulling it out of ice grass? Fuck!
Dude, I gotta share this.
There's so much dog shit. Go fuck yourself.
I grew up with 8 labs.
You don't love me enough. Yeah.
So I hear you. And I actually did come up with this idea.
Yeah?
In one of my business classes, my friend and I came up with the Super Poo 5000.
Okay.
And this is in like the 90s, bro.
Was it a robot?
No, it was a little laser, almost like a sprinkler head. We did a little commercial with it, and it would, tell whether it was a dog or not. But yeah, it would disintegrate the poop. Obviously, it's not real.
But
we came up with the whole business plan. And we did a commercial for it, and we had a little prototype. And so after picking up thousands of dog shits a year in the ice and snow, or even worse in the summertime when it gets all
melty
runny and fucked.
Yep, just melts into the grass. Then your kids go out there and you just have to block out the fact they're sliding through dog diarrhea.
Yeah.
When you grab it and you're like pulling it up and it's
peeling,
you're pulling it through the grass.
Oh my God! They just paints it that nice bright brown, and you're like, "This is clean." Because what are you gonna do with it? Because get back in there with your shit bag and fucking do something about it? No, you're gonna wait for it to dry and hope it never happened.
Dude, I had to haul a garbage can around, a full size metal garbage.
See, so this is a great idea.
It is.
The drones are just fly around, detect it, and then fly down and pick up the shit is awesome.
I would do it. I would buy it.
I know. So I hope that the next model of it is really ready to go.
The 2.0, not the 1.0.
No, I don't think Olsen's got it yet. I watched it and I was like, that's not it. I was like, great idea, but that's not it. It's like someone that came up with a TV, but it wasn't. It was like, oh yeah, but it looked like the first like computers. You're like, almost.
It does make sense that a corgi inspired it. Little dog, big shits.
Yeah, long dog, big shits.
Seinfeld's got an old stand-up joke. He's like, if aliens ever came down and looked at us, and you see like one creature's walking and the other one's walking behind you carrying their shit.
They're
it's
the
like
master.
who's really in charge here?
Exactly.
Like we're so obsessed. Like there are businesses. There's a massive business in our beautiful downtown Spokane that their their profession is they just have a monthly service. They come clean up your shit.
Monthly? Do you go outside? Do you ever use your yard?
Well, no. You can have it daily or weekly or
how much
monthly.
Does that cost?
There are
a
tiers.
daily pooper scooper?
There are tiers.
Oh my God, you spend $1,000 a month or
when you can do it yourself.
A couple dog shits.
But it's what you're talking about. It's that fucking going out and doing it.
I know, but a drone, just go get it. Baby Olsen, I applaud you. You got it. We're going to wrap things up here in a second with one of the most fucking insane stories that I've ever read in my entire life. And I hope you guys did not see this email. Zach, fucking hit it.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
And we're going to do this sound bed. Ooh. So double fucking knot those shoelaces. Because here we go. This is our son, Anthony. He writes, hey, stepdaddies, Brian, Joe, and the only uncle who still lets me sit on his lap, Zach. Long-time listener, second-time writer. Been listening to Joe's shenanigans since Is We Dumb. Loved every episode of Can You Don't so far. I was just listening to the episode where you talked about your crazy Uber Eats delivery experiences and asked us kids to send in our stories, and boy, do I have a doozy for you. Might not be the funniest story, but boy, is it wild. You guys have no fucking idea. Back in late 2019, early 2020, I was unemployed for a few months, and instead of just sitting around being broke, I decided to make money in the easiest way I could, and that was to find a new job at DoorDash or Uber Eats. For the most part,
benefits, dude.
Yeah,
Vision
dude, fucking
and dental.
vision, for curbside tire, something that you'll never use. The biggest issue I had was mostly dealing with this company's customer service terms when something was wrong with an order, or being annoyed when I didn't get a tip after driving someone Taco Bell 9 miles. Until this day, it was a pretty normal day for deliveries, and I was going into an apartment building to bring the food to a person's door. Where I live, this is pretty common. A lot of complexes won't lock the outside door, or most tenants won't leave the door propped open 24/7. Anyways, as I'm making my way up the stairs, I hear the sound of a door slamming open and a commotion of someone barreling out screaming, "Oh my God, help me! Help me!" Preceded by frantic banging on doors. The commotion makes its way down the stairs towards me as I see a man cupping his eye over, covering his hand over his eye, blood gushing down his face and all over his clothes. When he sees me, he immediately starts yelling, "She's crazy, man! You gotta help me!" To which I responded and asked if he's okay. He immediately moves his hand from his face to reveal to me a knife sticking out of his eye and goes, "Do I look okay? She fucking stabbed me! She's crazy! I can't see shit! You need to call for help!" Which I immediately start to do. As I'm calling, the woman, who I can only assume is the one who stabbed him, based on the blood on her clothes, strolls down the stairs and proceeds to try to convince me to hang up the phone because he's fine.
And he's just overreacting.
And naturally he yells,
"This is what he
"Bitch,
does.
do I look fine?" And then proceeded to get into a yelling match, continuing the argument I'm assuming led to this whole commotion. She then turns to me and drops the best line I think you could hear in this scenario. "Please, do you believe me? He's over-exaggerating."
Oh no.
He's making this a bigger deal than it actually is, as a knife is literally sticking out of the man's face. He starts yelling at her again, calling her crazy and psycho, etc. And finally she says, "Terrell, call me fucking crazy one more time!" Which of course Terrell says, "You're fucking crazy psycho bitch!"
Oh my God.
And I'm guessing something snaps inside this woman because she reaches for the knife and pulls it out.
No. No.
You just gonna play guitar? Terrell screams louder than I've ever heard any human scream before, stumbles into me as now I'm covered in his blood.
Oh my God.
And lets out a very colorful list of expletives. She then starts waving the knife in the air and screaming she'll do it again too.
Who's next?
As Terrell's trying to stumble away. I just wanted to deliver Popeyes to apartment 313.
Oh my God.
I tell her police are on the way, which I think makes her then panic as she runs back upstairs where she came from. I tell Terrell to hold tight as he's now sitting on the floor.
Keep an eye on her.
One. I'm just asking for one. And he's sitting on the floor mumbling to himself, and I continue to deliver the order. Excuse me, 2 chickens.
Through sleet and snow and stabbed eyes.
Coming right on through. He's got 2
Are you Donald?
chickens.
You got the Popeyes?
Mm-hmm. I can only imagine what these people were thinking when they opened the door to see me half covered in blood, white as a ghost from what I just witnessed, probably sweating, and handing them their food and telling them to have a nice day.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, I can't leave yet because the police needed me to stay to give the statement since I just witnessed this whole ordeal. Police and paramedics show up. Terrell gets carted away in an ambulance. His girlfriend gets taken away in handcuffs, and I get to go on my merry way after talking to the police. However, I get back to my car and find that DoorDash has suspended my account and will refuse to pay me any of the delivery pay and tips. Apparently, there was blood on the bag of the food, and the customer put in a complaint about my appearance.
Oh my God.
And the blood on their food. And DoorDash saw that as a safety violation and suspended me.
Come on.
I tried to fight it, but DoorDash refused to budge without a police report. However, the police were hesitant to give me a report since I wasn't directly involved in the incident.
I mean, kind of, though, in a way.
What followed was a few weeks of back and forth with local police and DoorDash. Officer DoorDash. Customer service to eventually get my account unsuspended, which by then I had been offered a new job and didn't need my DoorDash account anymore. Moral of the story, don't get in the middle of a couple's knife fight when your only weapon is a steaming bag of fried chicken, because it might mean getting your DoorDash account suspended. Oh, and they also never paid me for that delivery and said that the customer refunded the tip based on my appearance. Hope you love the roller coaster of a story. Sorry for it's a bit of a long one, but it was quite the story I had to tell you guys. Love the work you guys do. Thank you for making me laugh harder on a podcast than I ever have in my life. 3 out of 5 stars. Wouldn't change a thing. Love your son who now thinks differently about eyeballs, Anthony. P.S. Brian, sorry if you read this. I tried to make it easier for you to read. Make sure someone makes the font bigger for him. He does. Can I also get a sexy honk from Brian?
Oh, so you're going to insult me?
Yes.
And then make a request.
That's the moral of the show. It's great. I love those sensual honks filling my ears while I work. Don't be a baby.
He made up for it. There.
He watched.
How about I give an extra long one at the end of the show?
You should have. What?
Now it feels weird.
Wow.
I feel like I'm not a dancing monkey for you to just make.
Well, that is our 3-year show. Hopefully you guys had fun. Something to see on the show. Reminder that email is heyguys@candyonpodcast.com. And a reminder that the honkathon is on. So go subscribe. Helps us reach those goals. We'll get that posted up. But it is the #1 way to make sure that this show keeps going. Rate and review us where you listen to podcasts. Go check out what Uncle Zach's doing at Scatcast. A big thanks to the babysitters that moderate the Facebook page for the Candy No Playground. I think that's it. Whew. What a monster of a show.
That was a flong of a show.
I know, and we'll get to the bonus stuff here in just a second. Let's wrap it up. Zachy Poe!
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
It's a weird dilemma to be in. Like being hot in a onesie Seagulls outfit. I mean, first of all, talking. It was not lost on me for lap time, doing philosophy talking while you're sitting in a dog outfit and I'm in a seagull outfit.
And then I'm like, are we just thinking too much? Are we just bored? Are we just bored?
No, take me seriously. It reminds me of the joke we always made about serious things happen on Halloween when you're fucking dressed up as Mario.
Yeah, someone gets hit by a car and fucking Mrs. Peach.
Do it. Yeah. Mario and a fucking Harry Potter
Jesus
fighting.
Yeah, Jesus
is trying to break it up. Yeah. Anyway, so I just want you guys to know that I did recently take a poll. And I found that 100% of people in the tent were angry when it collapsed.
No. That makes sense. Oh, God. Caught it on my leg.
That's a good one. What happened? Oh, guitar down. That's all right. One string's already broken. My bad. That's all right. All right. Well, we did it. Yep. Guitar. Jeez Louise. You can't even I can't do anything right. All right. Well, I'm going to wait for you to sit down, Brian the dog. And then we'll say goodbye.
It's rough, man.
Oh, nice. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
I don't want to be around anymore.
Off to the bonus. You ready?
Yes, fucking do it, brother.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for 3 years.
Man.